Hi everybody, welcome back to the Seesaw. It's a very windy Saturday afternoon. I just got back from an Aldi grocery shop. Spent £78, 76 or £78 today. Not quite a good haul, got just about everything I needed. Yeah, so it's been another week, 4 weeks now in a row with no football, no rugby for Caleb. So everything's been cancelled. The pitches are just saturated. They're like swimming pools, so we just can't play. So even though we haven't had flooding like some parts of the country over here, it's enough water has fallen, enough rain has fallen to really make the pitches just wet and not safe for the youngsters. So they do play in mud. They play in mud quite regularly, especially rugby. But it's wet. It's laying water on the field, and that's just not good for anybody. So we've got yet another week of no sport. So Caleb is starting to bounce off the walls with not having had any other than at school activity for the last few weeks. So if it's bright and clear tomorrow, he and Toney might go out for a bike ride or something just to blow off some of the cobwebs and let him get a bit of a workout. But yeah, so another week of storms. I hope wherever you are, if you're in the UK, that you've survived the worst of it. I know some parts of the country are really in a horrendous shape with flooding and that sort of thing. And then I think snow as well now up in Scotland. So I hope wherever you are, you're safe and you're well. Yeah, we just are looking forward to spring now. We're ready, so bring it on, please. So I'll turn you around. I'll show you what I picked up today. And then at the end, as always, I'll show you our meal plan for the week ahead. So there is the sweep of the haul all the way around, as we always are when we go to Aldi. Say it was either 76 or 78. I haven't got my receipt. I can't off the top of my head remember, but I know it was a good between 70 and 80, which is what my target is at the moment. So starting off officially, this is the first shop of March. So starting off March in a good way. Non-food items, I just got some fabric softener and some paper towels. Some of the fruity water drinks for Caleb. He's now at the point where he prefers these to the sort of fruit shoot style drinks, these kind of fruity waters. I found the last couple of times I bought the fruit shoot or fruit bursts or fruit quenchers or whatever they're called at various places. He hasn't drunk them as quickly or as readily as he does these. So I think we'll be moving on to the flavoured waters now mostly for him. I've got some prawn crackers. We're going to have Chinese food. Homemade Chinese food tonight, so I got those for Caleb and I. Toney doesn't like them, but Caleb and I do. 6-pack variety of crisps, our usual 50/50 Kingsmill loaf. They didn't have any packs of dozen eggs, so I got 2 packs of 6, which is the same thing, but the egg shelf was quite empty actually, so I don't know if the weather has had something to do with that, because they're obviously British eggs. I guess it depends where the farms are. Choco hoops for Caleb's treat cereal. He does, as I've said many times, also have toast some mornings. Some mornings he'll have a smoothie and like a brioche, a little brioche bar, a little brioche loaf. Sometimes he'll have Weetabix or something like that. So these aren't an everyday thing, but I always do keep him some kind of treaty cereals in the cupboard. Milkshake biscuits and some Snickers bars. Bourbon cream biscuits for the biscuit tin, and then some of these crepes. We usually get the chocolate ones, and these were in Aldi's kind of centre aisle extra things bit, and they had the strawberry ones, which I thought might be quite nice for a change. And the strawberry ones he'd be able to take to school, because the chocolate ones have the chocolate nut like Nutella style filling, so he can't take those to school, but he could these. Chocolate chip brioche rolls, mini chocolate chip cookies. I had these last year and I spotted them. I was trying to avoid looking at hot cross buns, and then a lady, was down the aisle with her husband, and she was talking about all the different flavours, and she mentioned these, and it reminded me how good they were. So I have caved and got a pack of rhubarb and custard hot cross buns. Some rice cake bars. Caleb quite likes those, and I quite like those. I got a pack of sage and onion stuffing. Caleb mentioned the other day that he liked stuffing. He has it at school when they have a roast dinner, and he'd like to have some at home. So I got it for him to try. I'm not really sure what they have at school. I'm not sure, it's probably not the meat-based stuffing, like sausage meat stuffing. it's more likely to be this, I would have thought, for school dinners, but we'll find out when I make it. Some roasted or char grilled peppers, a cup shots just to stock back up in the cupboard. Let's rewind that. Tomato passata, 4 little tins of corn, some chicken instant noodles, baked beans and chopped tomatoes, and 2 cans of pineapple slices in juice. Onto the fridge, I've got a large semi-skimmed milk at the back there. Again, I didn't need apple juice this week because I've still got a full one that's just been opened this morning, so that'll be enough for Caleb. These are my absolute favourite yogurts at the moment. They're the Greek style, 0% fat, high protein, flavoured Greek yogurts, and this is the Aldi version. I'm sure these must be the replica of some other version, because they usually just follow a trend. So I'm not sure what the branded one would be, whether it's Farge or one of those, I'm not sure. But I've got 2 of the vanilla, 2 of the strawberry, and 1 of the raspberry. I like them just as an eating yogurt, but I also like to use them for overnight oats. It's just the right amount for me. 2 little panna cottas. I went on a bit of a blip last year where I had panna cotta nearly every week, with the raspberry ones, and haven't had one for ages. And I just saw the salted caramel ones tonight and thought, you know what, I'll just have some of those in the fridge for... I do like to have a dessert after my dinner, and if I don't have something, then I find I pick in the evening, whereas if I do have something, that's it, then like dinner's done. So it's much better to have something that's a portionable size, I can account for it, and then I'm done and I'll just have a drink later in the evening. A box of the smoothies, Caleb likes those for his breakfast sometimes. 2 bit yogurts, some natural fat-free yogurt, a mozzarella ball, some barbecue chicken mini fillets. Caleb's got a school trip this week, so he has a packed lunch for that, and then he'll probably have a packed lunch one other day at school. So these, he used to have these quite regularly in his lunch box, and then we stopped buying them, so I'll try him on those again. I've got some sliced chorizo, can't even say things now, chorizo, some snacking chicken, which is the roast chicken flavour bites. They're like the, I can't even think what they're called now either, but there's a branded version of those as well. Grated cheese, a block of red Leicester cheese, and 2 of these raspberry jam sponge puddings, a bit like the panna cottas. I just felt like I wanted to have something on hand if I wanted a little pudding. These are the refrigerated ones, so I'll just keep them in the fridge. Caleb will like those too, so we might have one of those each one night. Honey cured ham, little chicken satay sticks, which Caleb really likes, and then 3 tubs of cream cheese. 2 are just the regular low fat, and 1 is the low fat with garlic and herb. In the freezer, Caleb mentioned in the week that he really liked chicken pie and he hadn't had one for a long time, so I've got some to put in the freezer. That way if he wants one of those for a dinner one night, he can. His usual strawberry and vanilla cones, and then I'm going to try these. These are sort of like the halo top. They do the tubs of ice cream. Gianni's is the Aldi ice cream brand, and they do these mint choc bars, which are 87 calories per ice cream. So again, just something to have on hand as a pudding. So between those, there's jam sponge puddings and the panna cottas, I'm all set for dessert for this week. Some frozen, just mixed vegetables. That's our favourite blend of broccoli, cauliflower, carrots and peas, and an additional pack of frozen peas. Meat, an extra large whole chicken, some bacon medallions, chicken thigh fillets, a package of turkey mince, and a small package of chicken breast fillets. On to fruit and veg, white potatoes, some carrots, 2 heads of broccoli. I'm going to make a cauliflower and broccoli cheese soup for work for lunch this week. So I think I need more than 1, but I don't need 2, so we can use the other as a vegetable side, and we can give some to Licky as well. Romaine lettuce, some baby potatoes, a head of cauliflower for the soup, some shredded kale, which is Licky's, bistro salad, which Licky also loves, some parsnips, brown onions, cherry tomatoes, a package of mint, 2 packs of the mixed peppers. Peppers lately, they've been, like, when I've gone to go and get them out and use them, like, 1 in each pack has always been like almost rotten. Like, with liquid running out of it, just disgustingly horrible. So I don't know what's going on with peppers at the moment. I guess it's probably not ideal season for them, but I'm hoping that these ones will be slightly better this week. A cucumber, some mini bananas. I do, as I mentioned, overnight oats. There's 3 favourite flavourings that I use. One is with berries and use a strawberry or a raspberry Greek yogurt with 40 grams of porridge oats and some fresh strawberries or frozen berries stirred through it. Then I do a vanilla one using the vanilla yogurt, and I will use again berries for that. And then I do a chocolate one, which I use a vanilla yogurt for. I stir through some chocolate chips, and then I also put in a sliced banana. So those are my 3 go-to flavours for overnight oats. There are thousands, I think, of flavours that you can do combinations with that. If you've never tried it, I do encourage you, even if you don't like porridge, you might find you like overnight oats. I do like porridge, I love porridge, but overnight oats is quick and easy. I can do it the night before, pop it in my bag in the morning, and I've got breakfast ready when I arrive at work. And then a pack of the little mini British apples. So that's our haul for this week. Looking at our meal plan tonight, we're going to have baked sweet and sour chicken. So the chicken thighs with some peppers, carrots. I'll make my own sauce for it. We'll have that with some rice, and then Caleb and I will have some of the prawn crackers. Tomorrow we're going to do stuffed Yorkshire pudding, so they're like Yorkshire pudding wraps. So I'll make the Yorkshire puddings in flat, like sandwich tins, cake tins, and then roll them out. And then I'm going to cook the whole chicken in the crock pot, so we can use that with some of the stuffing and some roasted vegetables to wrap up in some gravy to wrap up in the Yorkshires, and then we'll have some potatoes, parsnips and things like that on the side, so proper roast dinner on the side. Monday I'm going to make chicken and chorizo risotto. Tuesday I'm out, I'm taking my team from work out for a meal, so the boys are on their own. Wednesday night, ham and pineapple pasta bake, so kind of like Hawaiian pizza but in a pasta bake. Thursday we'll be having cowboy pie, which is mince mixed with vegetables and baked beans, and it has a potato topping. It's a bit like a shepherd's pie, but it's called a cowboy pie because it has beans in it, I think, essentially, and some of the kind of American-y style flavours. And then on Friday we'll have firecracker salmon with new potatoes and salad. So that's our look at the week ahead. Thank you for joining us for this grocery haul and meal plan, and we hope to see you back here on the SeeSaw soon.